Hello and welcome to another edition of the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week with me, Craig Barton. Now, it seems like every 2 or 3 weeks I feature a resource by a particular TES author. But, I was going to say that's not because of favouritism, but it is a bit, but in the right way, because Andy's resources are flipping out of this world. I would give him a knighthood, I'd give him a mansion, I'd give him the freedom of the country, whatever he wants, because the resources that this man has produced over the years are flipping out of this world, and wait till you see this one. And I should say, by the way, this is the man who's produced all the Spider ones, Erica's Errors, Clumsy Clive, all the classics, and now he's back with this one, Properties of Shapes Matching. So it consists of a PowerPoint, and I just think it's absolutely flipping brilliant. So it looks like this, and let's look at the first one actually. So sorry, my mouse is going haywire here. So matching. So you get the shape in the middle. This is isosceles triangle, and you have to decide whether each of these statements are always true, sometimes true, or never true. Now that always, sometimes, never is a common format. Often used in maths discussions, in lessons, and the reason is it's a flipping brilliant structure for a discussion because it really makes kids think hard, especially the sometimes bit. If they find an example that works, does it always work, or are there examples where it doesn't work? And then you can follow it up, well, convince me why, draw me an example of when it works, when it doesn't work, or if it's always, convince me that it'll always be the case, and if it's never, convince me that it'll never be the case. But it's rare that you see such a well-structured and well-thought-out resource like this. I tend to just kind of make up these statements off top of my head, and sometimes they're a little bit ropey. But these are brilliant. So we've got isosceles triangle, has 3 sides, has a line. Look at that one, has a line of symmetry. That's an interesting one, right? Because, I'm having to think about it a little bit myself. I'm thinking always that it always has a line of symmetry, but is there a way I could draw it that doesn't? Again, you can imagine the discussions that are happening here. Has an angle of 50 degrees, that's a good one there. 2 equal angles, 2 equal sides, and so on. But let's just check my answer. Line of symmetry, always true, looking good. But then as we move through, we get more and more shapes. So we had equilateral triangle, but the one I wanted to draw your attention to is this. I think this is great, this right angle triangle one. That's a good one. 2 angles are acute. Is that always true, sometimes true, or never true for a right angle triangle? And there's my favourite again, has a line of symmetry. Always true, sometimes true, never true. And when it's true, what is it about that right angle triangle that makes it true? And so on. Obtuse angle, that's an interesting one for a right angle triangle, and so on. And you're thinking, well, life can't get much better than this. But we're on to scalene triangles. This is good. Look at that. 10, 6, and 4. Surely that's true. But of course, if you try and build that, the 10 and the 6 and the 4 don't quite meet, so you don't get a triangle. So that's never true. And then we get on to square. We're not even stopping on triangle. We've got squares, we've got rectangles, we've got parallelograms, we've got kites, we've got rhombuses or rhombi, trapezium, arrowhead. Why stop there? Regular polygon. And then we've got some blank ones for kids to fill in as well. So firstly, you've got a really comprehensive resource that can be used for discussing properties of shapes. And it's a great activity just to hand out, just like that, hand out that regular polygon. I tend to say to kids, have a think about this for 5-10 minutes on your own. You're not allowed to talk to anybody, and then compare your answers with the person next to you. Have a big discussion, and then let's have a class discussion. Was there any that caused a big argument between you? Let me know. Let's put it to the vote, and so on. They're just wonderful for provoking that discussion. And you've got your blank one there, so if kids want to create their own, doesn't have to be shape related, or it could be 3D shape, or it could be angles, another geometry topic, or it could be algebra, number, whatever you want. You've got the templates there. I just think these are absolutely brilliant resources. So I flipping love these, and I was going to say I'm sorry for keep featuring Andy, but I'm not sorry in the slightest, if I'm honest with you, because his resources are free, they're flipping brilliant. I don't think I've ever downloaded a bad one, and they have made me a better teacher and made my kids better mathematicians. So I hope you enjoy that resource. If you use it, hop back on to share how you've used it and say thank you to Andy for producing it. And I shall return with another resource of the week next week. Will it be another of Andy's? Who knows? Tune in to find out. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.